Hello believers, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Train Fever. Last time you were here, I built this station in the middle of nowhere, which we have illustriously named Twin Woods. And in order to get Twin Woods to be just a bustling hive of activity, I've created some bus routes to start to, jazz some interest along in getting people going to where they need to go. And because I intend on not doing things by half measures, I've bought 8 buses. Yeah, I have. So yeah, we're going to get them going. Right, you on to... Of course, it would be right down the bottom of the list. Twin Woods 1. And go. Oh, I'm paused. There we go. Let's unpause. Right, and then the next one. You get on to Twin Woods 2. So these take in the joint cities, the 2 cities of Bexhill on Sea and the other place. Seaford, Brentwood, Borehamwood, Stamford. Yeah, it goes to Stamford, right? Okay. I don't particularly expect anybody to want to use these yet. I do, however, expect to get some rail passengers. You don't believe me? How can you not believe me? I think we will. I think we'll get some rail passengers. I genuinely think we will. Because this is going to be the only connection that these 2 towns have to the outside world. And therefore, some of the brave, intrepid people from those towns will undoubtedly decide that mine is the way that will lead them places. The good news, of course, is that as there is no traffic in this area, my buses will flow most smoothly. You can paint that as a positive. I'm certainly going to. So I'm going to give those a bit of fast forward just so that we can get to the point where I can set these other 4 in motion, and then everything will be marvellous. So what else have we got coming up today? Coming up today, we are going to drop off goods at this goods yard here. Here we are. It's going to happen. That's a thing. Where the cargo goes from there, I've no idea. But if it were to stay in the area, and I don't know, a few houses were to get built so that I could declare victory, that would be a thing I'd be quite happy about. But what I suspect it's going to do is it's just going to flow into Bexhill. But I don't doubt that someone will move here. I really genuinely think that this has a fighting chance of working. And now that you've seen the plan, I think some of you do too. Actually, I have no idea what you think. So I haven't seen your comments from the previous episode because I've recorded these back to back. But no, I would be surprised if there were no believers amongst you who decided that, yes, actually this harebrained scheme might just pay off. As much as it's not really a new town, it's it's going to end up being the extension of another one. But, you don't try these things, you never find out. And hey, we can all do the safe thing once in a while, and I'm printing money like there's no tomorrow, so I decided, let's not do the safe thing. Anyway, there we go. That's them going. Let's drop the tempo down to kind of half speed. If we get to the point where there's well, look, there's some passengers waiting. There's some more passengers waiting. Maybe they just want to get around town. Maybe they do want to go places. Well, that'd be a turn up for the books. Anyway, let's not hang around. Let's get some trains up. Shall I get trains or goods first? Yeah, let's get trains. Yeah, I know. I've got train lines that actually deserve to be fixed that I haven't done yet. But instead, I'm investing heavily in this magnificent white elephant. I'm going to need to check this line for which side of the track it's going to try and go on. Let's paint the whole thing yellow. And right now, I can feel a young man who's warming his fingers up to suggest that one-way signals are the future. One-way signals are not the future. No. Although maybe I'll do it just to make you happy. Actually, I don't need to. Look, that's just worked. See? I don't need to make you happy. Sorry. Right, let's put one there. One-way signals. Ha! Who needs them? Right, one more set there. And then So this is a very simple shuttle service. Nothing even remotely complex going on with it. Should we put another set? No. They're never going to bunch up that much. If they did, I would be a complete idiot. Right, let's call this Bex to wherever it was I ended up going. Seaford. Really? Is there anything going on in Seaford? I suppose there must be. Right, okay. That's that done. For my next trick, we will do the other line, which is going to be Bexhill. It's not Bexhill, it's Twin Doodah. I thought I renamed this. Maybe I just renamed the station. No, I'm pretty certain I renamed the station. I did that while you weren't here. You know, I wanted to make it look like progress had been had while, you know, you were off enjoying yourselves watching The Big Bang Theory or some such. Right, okay, let's... we don't need to add any more stations. See, it is called Twinwood. Oh, I've only named the station. Oh, that's a shame. All right, then this is going to be Bex to Borehamwood. There we go. Okay, right, good. Yes, right. And then once again, a little bit more signalling, and then we'll get this thing running. And there's the in, there's the out. No, you didn't want to switch it around. Oh, I've got a road I need to build. Oh, I think that's an important road too. Okay, I probably ought to do that now, shouldn't I? Oh, I knew I'd forget something. Right, I'll be back to finish that off. Hold on. I've just got to... It's probably going to be a tunnel of some description. Oh, nuts. I wonder how much I've broken with that. Oh, well, you know, can't win them all. What do you mean? Look, you've got enough room there to build a tunnel to China. Somewhere equally distant. Right, there you go. Good. Sorry, trucking services. You may now carry on. Apologies for the slightly exciting tunnel that you now have to play with, but, you know, we all need a little bit of excitement in our lives. Where was I? Right, signals. See, so keen am I to press on. Right, okay. That's why it's not doing it, because there's a bit of track missing. This would explain rather a lot. Okay, it's still not doing it because it's now just being obstinate. Right, and then we're going to put one there and one about here. And now, I mean, this final run-in that we've got there, we can't really touch any of that. In fact, I also need to move this signal right here, which I anticipate is going to break the line that I've got out there at the moment. Oh, you can't put a signal on a diamond junction. There we go. We're going to have to put it like that. That's the best I can do because, you know, I've built this in such a way that it's likely to cause trouble on what we could laughably refer to as the main line, despite the fact it's not really not that main. Anyway, now that we've got that complete, so I've come out of Borehamwood, add station, this signal. Nope, I've got a gap in my track somewhere. If I didn't have a gap, it would still be showing me the vibrant colour green. Well, it's not going to be the bridge. It's there. It's there, look. This is probably why I didn't want to do it in the first place. Ta-da! Right. We probably want signals on that bit. In fact, you know, we definitely want signals on that bit. Because the intention is to run multiple trains down here. But to be honest, I'm not going to do that to start with, because doing so would be, frankly, ridiculous. There are people waiting at these stops. What I want to know is, where did you come from? You are the strange desert people, and you are hanging around at my bus stops. I mean, welcome. You know, please don't murder me in my sleep. If you had a house nearby, firstly, I'd start celebrating. But secondly, that would probably explain it. Anyway, right. So what we got here? We got the two Bex lines, Trainwood. Let's not hang around. Let's get them going. Now, I don't think these are going to need high capacity. Something tells me that high capacity is not something we're going to really need here. So what do we got here? 125. That's a bit slow, isn't it? 125 kilometers an hour. What are you costing? $9.90 a year, $136 a year, or $1.5 a year? No, it's all too expensive. What if I were to take a slightly different approach? What are you talking? $750 plus a few coaches at $80k a throw. Well, 3 coaches at the $750. I think we're going to be better off. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yes. These slowpoke mirages, I think, are going to be the way we should rock. Right. Let's send you down. Yeah, that's helpful. Send you down to Boreham Wood, and you we will send to Seaford. And when I am happy with your progress, we shall set your partners in chaos on the track as well. Yeah, see, look, I've already changed my mind. I'm not buying 2. I'm buying 4. Right, let's bye-bye. Because frankly, if you're going to invest. And then I do need to get goods set up. But, you know, we've got the desert people are here. None of them want to ride the train. Maybe they don't trust it. This is technology they are unfamiliar with, and as such, they do not trust that they won't be eaten by the giant steel dragon. Okay, so when both of these hit their destinations, hard to say who's going to get there first, really. I suspect quite strongly it's going to be this chap. Bexhill Boreham Wood, which means we want to prep you to push the button as soon as you're on your final approach. And actually all that faffing around I did last time in order to try and get, you know, high-speed curves going and so forth, with these trains, they, you know, they're barely getting the chance to stretch their legs, so it's hardly been worth it. Still, you know, it's good practice. Ooh, which is it going to be? It's going to be Boreham Wood. Right, off you go. But you're right behind, so off you go too. There we go. Excitement City. Now, the question is, any passengers at all? None and none. Maybe they just haven't caught on to the fact that Twin Woods is going to be a fabulous destination for all young upward couples. Upward couples? Upward is not a couple. Upwardly mobile couples, probably. It's a growth area of the future. I have just invested $4 million a year on trains that don't actually go anywhere. Okay, so this is going to be Twin Woods Goods. See, it's a name that just trips off the tongue. It's already generating 162. If I can get this to demand even a couple of items a year, it's all beneficial in the long run. I think 1 truck will probably cut it. If I'm honest, I think 1 will probably do the trick. Now, there may be those amongst you that say that I am just trying to be silly here. And admittedly, there is a certain amount of mirth in my delivery of this particular episode. But no, the goal is not to be silly. The goal is genuinely to see if this will work. You know, it could go either way. And at the moment, all we're really doing is using these buses to just push people around to different areas. But I think we might get... I mean, let's look at some of the timings we've got going on here. So, where are we? Give me... No. Road buses. Where... Oh, they're down the bottom, aren't they? Right, so, they're all within... Where is Twin Woods for? Oh, there it is. They're all within the 20-minute kind of turnaround time, which is, you know, as you'd expect, for the routes that they're running, which is, I mean, look at 3. 3, bless them, you know, they're actually in profit at the moment. They were in profit a moment ago, and as such, you know, that's pretty positive. Anything happening Trainwood? No. Railroad, let's have a quick look. I mean, this is where, you know, this is where we're throwing most of the money away, it has to be said. Yeah, I mean, look at them, hosing cash up the wall. Frequency is really, really fast. And beautifully, the spacing between Twin Woods and their destinations is such that trains are just turning up at the same time. I think there's passengers on board here. There are passengers on this train. We must follow the train. We will follow the glorious battered failure rail as it heads out on a voyage of discovery, taking people to the new world, a world of mystery and adventure and prosperity and opportunity that is largely fantastical. Say hello to our comrade on the way down. I fully expect that actually what will end up happening is that passengers will get off at Twin Woods, then get back on to complete their journey out to Boreham Wood, or maybe they'll decide that they head into one of the towns that we're connected to by bus. Certainly possible. But the second I see buildings appearing here, we'll know this has been a success. So, anyway, here's our first two real live actual passengers from somewhere else have just got off. Now, where are they going? Are they leaving the station? They are leaving the station. Okay. There we have it. Okay, so that's working. Well, no. Let's put it differently. That's running, right? We have services now running in and out of Bankrupt Farm, and we'll revisit before the end of this episode to see where we get to. Equally, I want to see if this chap ever picks up any goods, because just guessing here, but I don't think he will. Especially since we're delivering to Bexhill already. But hey, you know, we'll leave him running up in the corner there and keep an eye on things. Right. So what shall I do? We've got a little bit of time to occupy ourselves with. We can expand our red car operation out to the furthest reaches. And we've got Guisborough and Bewdley still on our potentials list, which is kind of insane. Equally, it's been suggested that some kind of mountain pass rail line would be fun. It would. I don't disagree. No, actually, let's check in and see how we're doing over here at incredibly expensive goods station. Where are we up to? 124 of 200. That's pretty respectable. And you're suggesting that in order to grow, I need to deliver more coal. And we've got a potential of 169, which is pretty good. So here comes a happy-go-lucky goods fellow now. Now, there he is. There she blows. 41. Now, 41 is usually, depending on the journey length, is around the tipping point that starts to generate a profit. So where are we? We're on Plymouth Ore. Down 118 on the year in June. Now, obviously, the numbers are only going up. Here comes the coal service, and that will hopefully ping this number in a slightly more favourable direction. Yeah. So we're close to, excuse me, a profitable point. Red Hill Oil I've not looked at in ages. Let's go look at it, shall we? Right, we're there. We're looking at it. Now, I suspect this is probably quite an aged service. So before going any further, let's have a look. No. Okay, I must have replaced it recently. What are we carrying? 14? Okay, the other end of this line is not working perfectly. So let's... 2 trains, 1 shot. There we go. Loving it. All right, what's going on here? What's the problem with the demand? Now, obviously, it's making multiple trips per year. We're trying to ship more goods. That is the problem. The demand is not high enough. Boreham, Ilford, Nailsworth. What else have we got nearby? Ilford is a bit of a trek. Oh no, I've built this whacking great tunnel out to Ilford. There's Boreham Wood. We can reach Seaford from here. Are you covering Seaford? I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that you're not. Although I have monkeyed with the road. No, I haven't monkeyed with the road. Right, I'm going to go not so much out on a limb as with a very high degree of certainty that you're not going out to Seaford. All right, well, I've got a moment or two, so let's Let's rectify that, shall we? Okay. This, of course, will be where I discover once upon arrival that Seaford is already very well catered for as far as goods are concerned. In which case there will be some minor disappointment. However, if I do manage to convince Seaford to do, you know, a bit of growing, this works quite nicely in my favour because obviously it connects to Twin Woods, a place that would very much welcome a bit of growth. You know what? I'm gonna run it down this hillside with pillars, and then we're gonna remodel this road that we're running in parallel to. In parallel to? In parallel with? I think they're both right. What are you selling, friend? You're an oil refinery, unless I'm mistaken. Right, let's put a bit of road in here, and then put a bit of road out there. See, and then you're still connected. You can be happy and continue about your business. And then as we progress down in this area, let's upgrade somewhat. There we go. That's upgraded, and that's coal. Well, I can see a steel mill there, but I have to be starting to be wary about whether or not building a new goods service is a sensible call, because every bit of goods that I start building up now is going to cannibalize other goods, and as we can see from this oil line that I have just expanded out of my own pocket money, you know, unless you actively pursue plenty of places to expand into as far as goods delivery, you can end up in a sticky situation. So apparently it is getting all the cargo it needs. Well, it can have more than it needs. It can have an surplus. As soon as I find somewhere that will sell me a truck or two. I must have some nearby. I mean, that's a thing that I try to do. Where are we? What are you? You're a tram depot, undoubtedly. Some kind of road. You know what? I'm just going to build one. Road depot. And then, of course, we need to build the actual route. There we go. You like? Come on. Everything is starting to take a little while to register now. And I suspect it's because of the amount of stuff going on. On a large map, you can fairly rapidly get a little out of control. Actually, there doesn't seem to be. There's no goods drop-off here. So they're clearly getting their goods from some kind of freewheeling, power-to-the-people, freeloader AI factory, and that just will not do. So there we go. That's Seaford goods. In fact, it's Seaford oil goods, just to be, you know, pedantic about it. Right. Oh, hello. What's going on there? Oh, you're picking up some more oil. Okay, good. Because you know, I think the good services there are making a bit of juice, but the actual the train service is not, and the train services, as you know, are the ones that cost the most money. Oil? No. Goods? Yes. There we go. I'll take 2, please. Any more than that would be folly. Right, you on to Seaford oil goods. So apparently Seaford is also getting oil goods. It's getting steel. It's which oil goods do I want? Let's change the colour to something I'll remember. So let's go hot pink. Set this to the hot pink line and make it snappy. So maybe this isn't actually, these two aren't going to pay off. Probably no, that's Red Hill. Seaford oil goods. Because Seaford is already well supplied. However, it is now getting some more passengers. So, well, it's has the potential to get more passengers. So maybe this is something that will pan out over time. Right, where are you off to? You're about to take the corner, so that's you there, I'm guessing. Yeah. Okay, good. I'm going to wait till he's halfway up the road and I'll set the other one in motion. Then we'll have a quick check-in to see how Twin Woods is getting on, and then we'll wrap this sucker up. Come on, look. You know, I just gave a quick timeline there, so you might want to get with the program and haul ass up that road a little bit. There we go. Right, let's... Train 1 needs to be replaced. I need to replace stuff all the time. I still don't have automatic replacement on every single service I'm running, but, you know, we'll rectify that in time. There we go. Alright, that's now ticking along. So, you know, we've done something pseudo, semi, sort of practical. Meanwhile, Twin Woods goods. No dice. Where can I even find Twin Woods? Right, what do we got going on? Now, if it did deliver some goods, just hypothetically speaking, if it were to deliver some goods, then, you know, that might be the inducement needed to get this area to build up a little bit. But as it is, we've got people waiting at the station, 5 of them looking to go to Boreham Wood. There you go. You didn't think that would happen, did you? And the trains have clearly already spaced out, unless, you know, they have betrayed me and decided to make it look like one-way signals would actually be a really smart idea. No betrayal is immediately obvious, which is a good thing. Look at this, look at this! People getting off the bus to come to the station. So this is the thing that I knew would work. I knew this would happen. The real challenge, of course, is going to be... I just want to check the delivery time on Twin Woods goods. Twin Woods goods. It's got a 96-second delivery time. Okay, I don't have any qualms as far as that's concerned. But look at all these people turning up to the station. So, you know, we may yet... I mean, you know, faintly optimistic to suggest it, but we may yet make some profit from the rail side of things. How many people we got on there? 2 whole people on that one. Okay, yeah, all right. You know, it's not what you might call aggressively profitable, but there is profit in there. And the fact that we're abandoning people in the middle of nowhere, unless of course they are just the desert people, means that there is the possibility that some houses build up. People like having an easy commute. So there we go, that'll wrap it up for this time. The experiment will continue. Well, obviously it will continue. I'm not just going to delete it all and go, no, it didn't work. Yeah, it's going to continue in future episodes. And the only way for you to know how this pans out, unless you have an extraordinary memory and decide to you know, pop by of your own accord, is just press the subscribe button. And then I'll turn up at some random moment and go, aha, ahoy, hi there. And we'll play our game once again. Come on, just pick up some goods. Just a couple. Let's have a look and see if there's any cargo. Where is all this cheeky ore coming from? It has to be said that I am... What are you a shipper of, friend? You take coal. You're not going to get much coal from there. You also take coal. To the depot with you. Right. Okay, I can see why I might possibly be losing some money on this route. Where are you going? You're also trying to carry coal. To the depot with you. And you? Bexhill Coal. Ah, this was a clever route that I was setting up previously. That was endeavouring to have trucks ship both coal and iron ore, which of course would have taken place before. Oh, brilliant! You're doing a part, bits and pieces, aren't you? That's helpful. Okay, right. I need to tweak you, Sunshine. Tweak. Yeah, okay. Well, how do I now... Details? No. Finances? No. In depot? Yes. I'm going to change your... There we go. Iron ore. And then we put you on the combo. Right? Put you on Bexhill combo. You can go back on Bexhill combo, because we do need someone to actually carry the coal. Although the coal does appear to actually be shipping itself. Let's have a quick look here. So, is this dropping off coal for subsequent pickup? No, sir. No, it is not. Right then. In that case, I need to change that route. Someone somewhere, you need to go back to iron ore. The chap I just sent out to pick up some coal, he needs to come back to the bunker. I've confused the heck out of myself here. Where are I? Bexhill coal. Right. Stop trying to be clever, Bexhill coal, and start being coal. Right? Just delivering coal. And look at the amount of coal this chap's doing. Where, in fact, are you? Right, you're coming from this coal mine here. Right, we've got the route. Bexhill halt. No, we remove that, and instead we'll take it down here, because at the moment all of our profits are being stolen by this automated iron ore that is transporting itself. Right, you are on coal. Do you actually ship coal though? I'm gonna guess you're probably alright. Yes, coal, lot of 20. Combo should actually be named iron. Iron. Right, okay, so I've got one truck in reserve. Everybody else's should now be doing what they're told. Let's just have a quick look at the route count. Bexhill iron, Bexhill coal. Come on. Scroll for all you are worth. Right, we've got two coal trucks. You, to the depot. And you, guess where you're going? To the depot. You are no use to me. You, however, can go back onto Bexhill Iron. Overview in depot. No, he's in the depot. Don't press the go to depot button. He's already there. Look, I was doing my magnificent rounding out the episode. I'd come up with a compelling argument for why people should subscribe, and I appear to have massively derailed myself. Iron ore for you, friend, and then you can go on to Bexhill Iron. Good, be gone. I can't help but think there's another truck due. Oh no, there is. Right, you there, you sir. You actually do want coal, so I'm going to reset you to a route now. Right, and that's 3 and 3. Now the coal is a little slower than the iron, but that'll work itself out. Just as soon as the iron stops shipping itself and starts allowing my glorious fleet of trucks to move it around. There you go, friends. Good. The surge of iron ore going up the road has disappeared. I know you want to see if anything's happened over here. Anything at all? Plenty of people at the bus stop. Routes 1 and 3. How many on the train? 12. 12 on the train. Okay, so it's being used as a stop-off hub. The only question really, and I've only invested one truck in this endeavour, and he's not doing anything. We can just hope that at some point Twin Woods Goods will require our services. Anyway, thanks very much for watching today. I've overrun here, but since when was that a new thing? Thanks for watching. Chuck us a like, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Tune back in very soon for more of the same. I assure you, we'll try and do something a little bit more sensible next time. But we're going to keep coming back to this to see how it's coming along. And I need to formulate some kind of wizard idea for my next startling move. Alright, tune in soon. Thanks for watching. I've been Colonel Failure. Cheerio.
This